Rich Jones, and today I wanted to talk about tips and techniques on how to prolong a lucid dream. Recently I've had a lot of messages from people telling me that they've begun to achieve lucidity, but it's lasting only a few seconds before they startle themselves out of the dream world and back into waking life. This is what I like to call a layer 1 experience, as you'll know from my previous video entitled 5 Layers of a Lucid Dream. Don't worry, there's a few things you can do to make sure you don't wake yourself up immediately from the dream, and you can continue down the road of lucidity. Now, the first tip is very simple, and one you can prepare for before you even enter the dream world. Now, this is working out where you want to go and what you want to do when you next become lucid. This is extremely helpful, as one reason why, personally, I think we startle ourselves out of a lucid dream is the sudden overwhelming question of what now? And if we have a rough kind of plan of what we want to achieve when we're next lucid, then hopefully this question won't be a burden. Now, the next tip is to carry on doing whatever you were doing before you became lucid. Not for long, but just long enough to get your thoughts together and remember what it was you wanted to do when you next became lucid. And this obviously stems back to the tip I just previously mentioned. Because I think what a lot of people do is they stop in their tracks, jaw on the floor, and they're just like, wow, you know? You can afford to do that later on in the dream, once you're locked into it securely, but not yet. Sudden inactivity in the dream is going to heighten the possibility of it, fading and you just losing it. So, I don't know, for example, if you were walking along when you became lucid, carry on walking. Don't just stop and stare in awe. Do you get what I mean? So just keep it flowing, keep everything active, and keep your brain stimulated so it doesn't lose focus, you know? Also, while you carry on doing whatever you were doing, don't keep on telling yourself, I'm dreaming, over and over again. Again, it's just heightening the chance of you startling yourself from the dream. Just know that you're dreaming without the need to keep on reiterating the fact over and over to yourself. Now, if this doesn't work, any of these previous tips, and the dream still decides to start fading, then try and use the technique which involves stimulating your dream body. Now, there's been tests that show by doing this, it keeps your mind focused on your dream body and not the feeling of your real body lying back in bed. These actually work really well for me, never failed to prolong my experience, always works, really is a great tip. And the two techniques that are most commonly used to stimulate the dream body are rubbing your hands together, like that, or spinning round on the spot. Now, be prepared for some pretty strange visuals, as I tend to find that as you rub your hands together, it feels like you're literally pumping the colour and life back into the scene in front of you. Also, be prepared that by spinning your dream body round on the spot, that yes, it will increase the chances of you staying in the dream, but it will also increase the chance of you ending up in a whole new scene. In fact, once you're a bit more experienced, you can even use this spinning technique to have a sort of lucky dip decision on where you go next. So anyway, yeah, when you do the stimulating your body technique, stimulating your dream body technique rather, just be prepared for a weird outcome, you know. It's going to keep you in the dream most probably, but it might do it in a weird way, or like I said, the visuals might be, overwhelming at first, just like, whoa. And again, as you're doing this, and as you're rubbing your hands together and you see the life and colour pumping back into the dream, don't let yourself get too excited again and don't think, yes, I'm doing it, because then again, the excitement of it is probably going to startle you. So that's also obviously another tip, is just generally to try and stay calm, which is hard to do at first until you get used to lucid dreaming. If all else fails and you fade to black, still don't give up all hope. Whilst in the black, just stay focused and concentrate on the fact that in a minute or two you may slip back into the dream. Although yes, again, it will probably not be in the same setting. Staying focused is the key during this period, however, as it's extremely easy to lose your waking consciousness and slip back into the dream 5 minutes later, but be totally oblivious again that you're dreaming, and then you're back to square one, which we don't want, obviously. Just for future reference, I take it everyone knows what I mean by black, or the black, as I sometimes say. But it's just when, well, I suppose you'd say it's just the colour you see when you close your eyes. So it's not necessarily always black either. It could be just a mixture of colours. But it's just that general feeling you get when the dream fades and all the detail of the dream goes and you just see a mishmash of colour. So that's what I'm referring to when I say black or the black. So yeah, like I said, just stay focused during that period, and you've still got a high possibility, if you stay focused on the fact that I was just lucid, I was just in a dream, and I'm probably going to be re-entering this dream any moment. If you just stay focused on that thought, then it's very likely that you're going to slip back into the dream and bang, and then you're back in. And in a way, that's kind of a wild experience, a W-I-L-D experience, a wake-induced lucid dream. Kind of, not totally, but it's touching on it. But anyway, for people that don't know what a wake-induced lucid dream is, I'll probably talk about that sometime in the future, but that's for another video. So anyway, there's a few tips to be getting on with. Tune back for a revised version on the 5 layers of a lucid dream video, which will go into more depth about each layer and the slight, tiny little variations of each layer. Very subtle differences in each layer, but yeah, I'm gonna go more into that, because my last video, the 5 layers of a lucid dream video, touched on it all briefly, but it didn't really go into it that much. So I'm gonna do a revised version of that. So yeah, tune back for that. So yeah, that's it for now though. Thanks. Good luck to you. Keep these tips in mind, and happy dreaming. Catch you later.